Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Jack Chang here, and today we're going to do yet another property review. It is Park Place at Desa ParkCity. So yes, thank you. Happy to be doing reviews again. This is my first review of 2025. Yes, for those of you who have been following me long enough, you have noticed that I've been on an extremely long leave, long break. Since end of last year, that's a good close to 2 months. Did a bit of reflection, did a bit of traveling, but now I'm back doing property reviews. And what a way to start. We have here Park Place at Desa ParkCity, just repeat actually, before Chinese New Year. It's already after Chinese New Year, by the way, when I'm taking this video. And yes, there are still lanterns. Of course, when I release this video, it's likely going to be early March. But yes, still lanterns, there's still CNY vibe that you're getting. And this Park Place is a single block, 54 stories, 537 units, sitting on a rather sizable land of 4.55 acres, freehold land. And what's interesting about this development, right, is that launched during COVID, I would say end of Q3 2020, just after COVID happened, in early 2020, they launched it. And during the weekend, that weekend when they launched, right, that was the time social distancing, everyone had to wear masks. 86% take up during COVID. That tells you how well sought after this development is. And if you have an 87% take up, needless to say, the price right now, the demand is off the roof. Appreciated damn well. And it's high demand, be it for sales or for rent. Anyway, going back to this development, there are 5 layouts actually. So the smallest is actually a Type A, Type A variant. So there are a few variants itself for Type A. But essentially Type A is the smallest one at 1,100 square feet. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. And then Type B is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms still. Type C is 3 plus 1 bedrooms and 3 plus 1 bathrooms. And then you got Type D, even bigger, at 4 plus 1 bedrooms and 4 plus 1 bathrooms. And Type E, which are the penthouse units right on top. You only have a couple of units. That is up to 4,000 if I'm not mistaken. So yes, without further ado, let's head in. So there are 2 entrances, side ones. You don't need to walk through here. For the car park, for the cars, vehicles, you got 2 in and 3 out. 1 visitor, 1 resident, and of course going out, 1 visitor and 2 resident. Side entrance for pedestrians, you got the side gate here. There's actually 2 side gates, not just 1. So yes, let's head in. Let's go. We're gonna tag in. You can use facial recognition if you're an owner. Likewise, going up also facial recognition, or you can just tag, if you don't want to be showing your face. Very, very nice. Typical ParkCity DPC quality. Some facilities here. Okay, so the structure of this is a bit elongated. So at the front here, you have your residential. It's sort of a tri-star. 1 wing, another wing, and then another wing facing the back. If you are driving in, you would drive all the way straight and lead towards the back, which is your car park. So the car park is a separate building, and your facilities floor on top of the car park building, the highest floor. Of course, connecting the car park building to the main building, I'll call this the residential building, there are actually 2 link bridges. One is, I think it's on level 3 here, or I think it should be level 3, and then another one on the highest floor, which is basically direct. It will lead to the facilities floor. So all those basically there, I don't know if you saw it, but the car turning in, that's where you turn into the car park, this multi-story car park building. There are EV charging here, AC charging. I'm not sure of the specs, but it looks like it's from wall box, purely based on the design. I'm not sure of the capacity also. Did not check it out, but likely it would be a 22 kilowatt. Yeah. So this is the drop-off lounge area. So a lot of lounge, can really chill. Yeah. This is the Port Crochet, where people basically drive in, right smack here, you drop off, and then you turn back out towards the exit. So that is the lobby. Yeah. Again, lots of space, lounge areas. Look at that. The playground is here on this floor. Besides this, all the other facilities, it's either on the sky floor, which is between 41 and 42, or it's on the car park building. Yeah, of course, that's the stairs leading to the car park. Yeah. And without further ado, let's head in and let's head up to the unit to review. So nice waiting area, lobby. And yeah, let's head up. Let's go. Stepping off the lift, we are on the lower floors. So this is just a few levels above ground floor. And if you notice, right, the building, the shape is rather unique. It's sort of a tri-star. Imagine Mercedes-Benz logo. So it's 1, 2, 3. So essentially you have 3 corners. Yeah. And of course the bigger units are towards the corner units there. Very, very nice. You can imagine, again, this is Desa ParkCity, best sort of property. And the unit that we're going to review, B2A, 1367 square feet, including this portion, of course. That's 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. So very, very solid, typical Desa ParkCity quality. Bosch electronic door lock, very nice, very rated door, solid. And for the hinge, it's hidden at the top there. Yeah, it's not those with the bulky one at the back. So immediately stepping in, you're greeted by this nice open space. This is a dumbbell unit layout, by the way, whereby you have your room here and rooms there. So central location here, this is where your living area is, where everyone comes together, from the both sides of the layout. Yeah, here your kitchen is here, and this includes where you do your cooking. Yeah, so it's a wet and dry kitchen with your island in the middle. All this provided by the developer, standard furnishing. This is by Tekka. By the way, this development uses gas. Yeah. So the gas is supplied, very, very common for higher end developments, as opposed to having those big, bulky gas tongs, right? This one is pipe gas. Yeah. Aircon is provided also. So this is a 2 horsepower, I believe. Yeah. You can see here, model PN18. So 09 is for 1 horsepower, 12 or 13 is for 1.5, and 18 is a 2 horsepower. Look at that. Okay, let's start with, okay, these are very, very normal. You got fiber termination point. You got LAN points also. So this would likely lead to the room, yeah, master bedroom, and likely another room. This is where you connect your router, Wi-Fi router, you connect LAN cables here, you install a mesh Wi-Fi in your room, you get perfect internet connection in your room. And of course, for internet, this place is covered by Time Fiber. Subscribe to Time Fiber, best internet provider in Malaysia. So I was saying that this unit is a low unit, very close to the ground floor, but even though it's close, right, you still get a very, very nice view. Yeah, look at that. So the lake is here. Yeah. This is where you have the lake. And yes, still a very nice view, despite us being low, right? Not high up, you still get a very, very nice view. That, of course, is the guardhouse. Yeah, very, very grand. And the finishing, look at that. Big, spacious, certainly more than enough to put a small round table and a couple of chairs for you to have your breakfast in the morning. Okay, let's check out the rooms first. Let's check out this side first. So you've got a common bathroom here outside for these two rooms. Yeah, this is the smaller room. But this also has a window. Yeah. So for some natural light, although it's slightly darker compared to the other room. And yeah, this bigger window, so it's much brighter. And this is the bathroom. Okay, how do I avoid myself in a mirror as usual? Just repeat before Chinese New Year, so very, very new, less than a month or just over a month since VP. Yeah, of course, hot water heaters provided. And if I'm not mistaken, you also have, yes, for your basin also, hot and cold water supply. Villeroy and Bob branded. Yeah. I mean, of course, right? And even for your toilet, water closet. Okay, what else? What else? We've got two units to show. This is the smaller unit. After this, we're going to visit a bigger unit. Yeah. Place for your fridge, and this is your yard area where you have your DB, which is a single phase. Interesting, but I guess it's sufficient. Yeah. Okay, one important thing that I want to mention is that all this, right, you are actually supposed to test regularly. Yeah? This is something a lot of people actually don't do. Test regularly. And why is this important? It's because sometimes, right, these things, when they get faulty, right, and then there's let's say a short circuit, you know, something catches fire and so on and so forth, right? This should trip and cut off. But if this is not tested regularly, if this is faulty, and you have, let's say again, something touch wood, something caught fire, right, within at one of the wall sockets, current will continuously flow, right? And that's bad, yeah? That's why this is important to test regularly. Ideally, you test it every 6 months, if not 1 year. And how do you test it? Very simple. You press it, it's supposed to jump down. As simple as that. Then you just push it back up, yeah? As simple as that, yeah? Okay? Even for this, all this, test regularly, it's all written here. Test regularly. Oops. Okay, that's interesting. It doesn't go back up. Okay, this, I would guess they need to check. Why is it not flipping back up? Oh, sorry, you have to press back. You have to press the button before pushing it back up. Yeah, you have to press this. This basically triggers. You press it, then you'll go back up. Okay, let's not waste too much time. This is where you have your washing machine and also your dryer. Is that correct? Let me see. Okay, basically there's a water inlet here. I guess there's also two water inlets there, and there's an outlet from both sides. Okay, but yeah, it's supposed to be here. This leads to your aircon compressors. I like how it's connected, part of it, right? And it's very seamless. You got a slight drop here, so that makes it easy for you to just wash here. And likewise, if you want to wash here, no issues, because there's a slight drop there. Yeah, good ventilation also. So if you want to cover this up with a sliding door, you can do that. Yeah. And yes, let's head to the master bedroom. Okay. Switches all up by Legrand. This unit, particular unit, has a balcony. So some variations of this type B, some of it don't have this balcony, but this one does have the balcony. Yeah. And you have the land point here, of course. I think there's another land point in the other bigger bedroom, if I'm not mistaken. So this is again where you connect your Wi-Fi mesh for good internet. If you don't have your Wi-Fi mesh, that means you are depending on the Wi-Fi from that main unit there in the living room. Will it reach here? Yes, it can. If you close the door, it'll be poorer, probably average. Yeah. If you have a mesh here, of course, then the Wi-Fi, the speed here will be perfect as per your subscription. If you subscribe to, let's say, 1 Gbps, inside here you will likely get 1 Gbps also. If you don't have that mesh here, inside here you probably get, I don't know, 300, 400, 500, still okay, but not the subscribe speed, because of course the Wi-Fi speed drops as it gets further away. Very, very nice. Fittings all are standard. This has an additional rain shower. Okay, yes, that's about it. I don't want to further waste time. Let's go and visit the other bigger unit. Yeah, but again, if you're interested to get a unit here, you know who to reach out to. It's Daniel, the PIC specialist for this area, Desa ParkCity. Now that we've finished reviewing this unit, let's head up and check the bigger unit. Let's go. Okay, we got another unit to review. This is type D, essentially 2002 plus minus square feet. Big area, landing area, massive. And stepping in, immediately, wow. This looks like the standard playbook, right, for big units. Very, very nice big balcony connected to the kitchen area. Yeah. This has a fridge because again the owner has started to furnish it. It's for rent, for sale. Again, if you're interested, you can reach out to Daniel. Nice, nice. I like what I'm seeing so far. Okay. Very, very bright, this yard, because the windows, double window panels, very, very nice. Of course, this is the one that I was showing earlier, where you connect your gas, pipe gas. This is your plus one for your maid, plus one bathroom, and shower, and plus one for the maid's room, but it's rather small. It is small. It's barely 7 feet. And I'm not sure how can the door close, but it's a nice view. Yeah. Beautiful. Oh, this will be nice. The maid will get such a nice view. Oh, that's the international school. Yeah. Yeah. International School of ParkCity. Even the maid's room gets such a nice view. Okay, I'll do just a quick walkthrough. So this essentially is your biggest units, short of the penthouse above, which is only 5 units, but 5 bedrooms, 5 proper bedrooms, 5 plus 1. Well, this is a 4 plus 1. 2 aircons. This part here, this is a bathroom. Yeah, it's not a powder room; it's a full bathroom because you can shower. But I'm not sure if I totally agree. I mean, imagine if you don't have this, right? If you don't have this, if you could somehow relocate it, this space would be big, it would be massive, the walkway itself, right? But because they have this bathroom, it somewhat blocks the, can you imagine? Can you visualize? Right? I'm not sure where they're going to place the bathroom. Yeah, a bit of a pity, I personally feel. Yeah. I would prefer if they somehow locate this bathroom, locate it to this side here. Yeah. And then, yeah, I don't know. Because here is supposed to be your study area or what with your TV point and what, but it's just a little bit too small. I mean, it'd be hard to view anything, the distance. This is not healthy, good distance for your eyes. Yeah. Anyway, let's continue on. Okay, so 2 bedrooms here. They share a bathroom. 1 bathroom here. Yeah. Sizable. Yeah. And 2 rooms, including the master, of course, is en suite with its own bathroom. Yeah. I'm not going to talk about the furnishing, I've went through that. The land point, 1 land point is here, and another one should be in this master. Yeah, right at the corner there. Yeah. His and hers, shower. So yes, that's about it. Very, very nice unit. 2000 plus. There are other variations, slightly different, but this is essentially the biggest unit besides the penthouse. If you're interested to get this unit here, do reach out to Daniel. His name and contact is in the description. Now that we've finished checking out the units, let's head and check out the facilities. Let's go. We are on level 41, so we kick off our facilities tour within the same block. And this part here, yeah, Sky Garden Activity Hall. Look at that. This tiered, I don't know what you call it, goes up, and then you got some seating there. Very cool, very nice. You even have billets. Yeah. And what's interesting about this, right? This is, if you notice, this is very open, right? The space. Level 41, 42, so essentially it's 2 levels. And above, actually, you don't have any units, 43. Why? It's because there's this concept of what we know in engineering and construction as transfer slab. So what transfer slab is, if you Google up, transfer slab is because for a typical building, right, there'll be a lot of columns, right? Basically to support the weight, which comes all the way from the top. From the top of the building, it goes down, these are vertical slits, right, the columns. But for this particular floor, you see that they actually break that. There are no typical columns like what you have on a normal floor. And to be able to do this, they will actually reach a point on a floor which is level above 41, 42, 43 actually. 43 is your transfer slab. So this transfer slab is a bloody thick piece of concrete, right, with beams across, vertical beams, which will actually spread the weight of the levels above. That means 43A onwards, they actually spread it. In short, this is a nice layout for the facilities. It's not with your typical layout which looks like a unit. If you actually go to, let's say, more affordable developments, the likes of Residency Wilayah, Rumah Selangor, Rumah Whip, you will notice that those units the facilities floor, sometimes you will see, why it looks so much like a unit, yeah, even though it's the facilities floor. It's because they have no choice. All those columns, those load-bearing columns, remain in place, yeah, from the highest floor all the way to the ground floor. That's why sometimes the ground floor also, it might look a bit awkward, yeah. That's where again the transfer slab comes into place. And of course the transfer slab is very expensive to construct, you know, and to design. Of course, it also takes up a lot of space. So in this instance, one whole floor is gone. There's no, there are no units on the 43rd floor, the floor above these two, 41 and 42. Yeah, so now we are on 41. There are things on 42 also. Let's go up, movie room, games room. Let's take a quick walk up. Okay, movie room, I don't have access, or rather it's typically locked as expected. So I'll just do with photos for this entertainment movie room. This is the games room. You have football and also PS5. Yeah, very, very nice. And can I walk from here? I think I need to. Let me see where this leads to. Okay, yeah, I can come down from here. This looks like a... Oh, this is the top of that portion. We were there moments ago. Okay, makes sense. Adults supervision is needed. This can be quite dangerous, you know. The steps, the sharp edges for kids. So you have a sunken deck here, and you also have two swings. So this is your music room. Music room is covered. You can't see. I get photos for the music room, but essentially what I understand from the music room, there's a piano inside. There's even a drum set inside. Yeah. So that's the first part, the first wing. Now there's another wing for the facilities. Let's head to the other wing. Okay, this is the other wing of our tri-star layout. For this part here, you actually have units. So only two parts of the wing that has facilities. Yeah, and there's of course a common bathroom out there. That's a male, female. Inside, you have more bathrooms. Yeah. So this is the Sky Garden Hall. Double volume, very, very nice. You can easily, okay, this is the bathroom. And the bathroom, so they actually split it male, female, disabled. Yeah, very, very nice. Five-star hotel type of furnishing. Yeah. Upstairs leads to the movie room. So there are two movie rooms actually, but again it's locked. You need to book in advance. So yeah, we'll not be going up. How do I open? Okay. So actually for this floor, right, or rather for the most part of it, the two wings, you can walk externally. Yeah, you can walk externally. You don't even need to tuck back in. You can just walk externally, except for the one of the wing which has units, 3 units there. So this is the stairs that leads up to the movie room. That's the door to the movie room. Sunken deck. Desa ParkCity. Imagine this property, right, appreciated close to 100%. If you bought during COVID, yeah, and you to sell now, at least 50%. If you're lucky, 70-80% appreciation. That's why Desa ParkCity is always high in demand as a property. This study room, two private meeting room, study room, with even whiteboard or glass board that you can write on. Yeah. More swings here. Okay, yes, that's about it. That sums up the facilities for this floor. Now let's head to the main facilities floor above the car park building. Let's go. Okay, we are now on the main facilities floor. This is above the car park portion, and that is the link bridge towards all the residential units. So above here, this side here will be your residential units. Gym, techno gym, best in the business. If you have watched my previous videos, you will know one of these is not cheap at all. Between 30,000 to 100,000 for one. Yeah, that is techno gym, Olympic Games official partner. Yeah, and look at that, blessed with a nice weather, blue sky, but the architecture and the whole idea, right? This really makes living worth living. Yeah. BBQ pit. You got 3 BBQ areas. 1, 2, 3. And of course, this being Desa ParkCity, right? Premium stuff that they're giving you. I mean, look normal, but actually one of this is actually Nardi. It's an Italian brand, and it's actually made in Italy itself, this particular one. And even all these pillows that you see, this is actually a branded Spanish Gandia Blasco. Yeah. So Gandia Blasco is from Barcelona, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and Google it up, and it's not cheap. You can check out the price. I'm going to leave it to you to check out the price. Skylight, this portion here. So even though it's covered, right? So it's very normal to actually have skylight. Yeah, a lot of natural lighting to make it look bright and cheerful. This is a very nice multi-purpose hall. Currently, it is, I mean, there are a lot of stuff inside there. Looks like someone is throwing a party. So I'm not going to go in. Just take a quick glance. You've got your kitchenette. Nice sitting. But yeah, it's a birthday party. So let's not disturb. Sauna, steam. Of course, male, female. Yeah, let's quickly check this out. Nice! High up! Yeah. This is the steam room. Helps to open up all your pores, you know, kills all the dead skin follicles. Lockers, shower area, and this is your sauna. Small, isn't big, but when you think about it, how often do people use the sauna, right? And at the end of the day, this building, only this development, has only 500 units, so it's very low dense. No problem at all, 500 units. This is a jacuzzi, I believe. And then this is the kids area. Kids playground, kids slide. Very nice view. Again, we're in Desa ParkCity. Arguably the best development, well-planned development. You talk about the whole environment, the whole facilities, the property price appreciation. That's what matters to us as property investors, right? There's always constant demand. That is the facilities floor 42, 41, 42. Yeah. So yes, that's about it. If you're interested to get a property here, if you're interested to buy, rent, sell, or you are an owner and you want to lease out your unit, you need to sell your unit, do reach out to Daniel. He's the specialist in this area. His contact is below in the description. What do you think about this property? Again, to me, very, very safe. You don't need to be worried or concerned about demand, right? There's always going to be demand for this place here, Desa ParkCity. And this park place will not be any different. Yeah, I can assure you. If you look at this, the trend, right, of properties here in Desa ParkCity and how it has appreciated over time. If you bought, let's say, 20 years ago, just that's how old this place is. You have easily tripled, quadrupled. Yeah. Okay, so yes, that's it. Hopefully it's not too bad. My first video for 2025. Thank you. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. Feel free to share this video with your friends and family. And of course, thank you and see you in my next video. Bye.